Hello, welcome to the High Ground, powered by Premier Companies. Jeff, how are you doing this morning?
I'm wonderful. Sal, yourself?
Yeah, outstanding.
Good. So you got for us?
We have some special guests today, and probably our new favorite guest. We've got Beickman and Julie Otte from the Energy Division, and they become highly recommended to have them on the podcast. But before we get started with introductions, we always do the question of the day. So Julie, you want to go first? It was requested that I ask who your favorite salesman is from the Energy Division, and you can imagine who told me that. But that is not the question of the day. The question of the day is we're not too far away from Christmas, and we just got it through New Year's, and so you got your choice of what was your best present for Christmas that you either gave or received, or did you have any New Year's resolutions? So, Julie, you want to start us off? We'll go around this your way.
Sure. I guess my favorite Christmas gift this year was the fact that I got to watch my grandkids open their Christmas presents.
Oh, that is so fun.
My favorite.
What are their ages?
So my grandkids are 2 and 7 months.
Oh,
yeah. So my 2-year-old was a lot of fun this year. Yeah. So I don't really have a lot of New Year's resolutions, honestly, because they seem like they always fail.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Bailey, what you got?
Oh, well, my New Year's resolution was to have a better attitude this year.
A better attitude? You've got a good attitude.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. It was a kind of a joke.
Oh,
the other
I was going
day.
to say.
I was a little sassy the other day, so I jokingly said, I'm going to walk into this next year with a better attitude.
Better attitude.
No, but seriously, I don't really do the resolution thing either. Christmas, we focus more on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I got some fun little things, but it was more fun. Really, the Christmas gift is just watching their enjoyment when they open Santa's gifts.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
How old are yours?
Mine are 3 and 5.
Oh, that's a great age.
It is sometimes. They're full of sass.
Yeah.
Come by that honest.
Yeah, slightly.
Jeff, you got resolutions or a Christmas present?
I've got to steal Julie's because I think, watching the grandkids open gifts, that's always fun to just have them at the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And New Year's resolution, I decided I was going to introduce the podcast. But I've already blown that. So
There's always next year.
yeah, next year. I'll get it next year.
I didn't have any resolutions, but Christmas was just fun. At this point, I write down and say what I need because I quit buying things for the shop or anything or clothes. And I just kind of say here this, and then they'll wrap it up and I get it. But it's all about the kids and, just spending time with family. So.
Did you get Milwaukee Tool batteries? Because I'm guessing that's probably what you need more than anything.
I got whenever I broke that axle on my truck and I had to get into a loaner for a while, I was cleaning out the truck and I found a gift card for a Rural King from a year, Christmas last year. My wife had got it for me and printed it off on just a regular piece of paper. And I had folded it up and put it where I'd never lose it. And I found that and I was like, so I got one of those heated vests. And so that was my Christmas this year from last year's gift card.
Perfect. Now it's almost.
And it's Milwaukee. That's how I got there.
There you go.
Milwaukee.
Work good?
Yeah. I do like it, but it quit working.
Oh,
The
wow.
battery quit working. So
Bad review.
yeah. Well, Julie, tell us a little. Let's start with Julie and stick with this. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your family and some hobbies, or just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into some work stuff.
Well, I got married a couple of years ago. So I have 4 kids now. So I got 2 from my husband and I have 2 of my own.
Awesome.
So we have 2 boys and 2 girls. And then we also have, I have like I said, a grandson and a granddaughter. And then I have another grandbaby coming in February.
Right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Ryan has a granddaughter as well. So we're very busy.
How old is his granddaughter?
She would be 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're very busy with them. And so that's basically what we do outside of they keep us so busy with going places, and that's what I basically do outside of work. So
Wait until T-ball and things like that
yes.
start.
Well, I just got informed, I think it was yesterday, that my little grandson's going to start. I guess there's an age group for 2 to 3 year olds when they play soccer.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess they basically just go once a week and run up and down. So
That ought to be
Yeah.
fun. They'll be chasing butterflies
Yeah.
and things off the field.
They're just running a pack.
Yeah, they'll
They
chase
do.
the ball,
It'll be a mob.
and then they can't wait for treats afterwards.
yeah, that's very true.
Cupcakes.
So I'm excited for that coming up. So
Good deal.
Yeah.
Bailey?
So my husband and I have been married since 2019. So I think that's what, 6 years?
Yeah.
We have 2 kids, like I mentioned earlier, 3 and 5. We have dogs, cat, Jimmy
Okay.
Dean.
Don't
In the
forget the
house?
pig.
You got
Well, we have 2 dogs and a cat in the house, and then we have Jimmy Dean. He's a potbelly pig.
what?
Yeah, it was like one of those.
You
things.
have a potbelly pig?
Yeah,
That's the best name for a potbelly pig I've ever heard.
His name is Jimmy Dean?
yeah, like the sausage.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, so he just kind of does his own thing. We have to lock him up every once in a while. He
Yeah.
starts overeating and then gets the whole fat blindness and gets lost.
That sounds like a whole other podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
grain got spilled outside the grain bin. And his goal, I guess, was to finish it all that day. So,
Oh my
yeah, I kind of felt bad.
Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean couldn't lay off of it. So
I got it.
Didn't he get lost or something?
he was missing for a little minute, and I kind of accepted that maybe he wasn't coming back, but the combine ran him out of the field last year, so we found him.
We're going to have feral potbelly pigs.
Yeah, so
It's-
he got locked up this year, so the poor
The
farmers
combine
didn't
ran.
have to worry about it this year. Yeah.
How big is he? How
He's-
big does a potbelly pig get?
He's probably stands, I don't know, 2. I'm not really good at measuring, but he's probably pushing 300 pounds. or
What?
so. Yeah, he's lost some weight though. He's looking pretty good right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
Slim down.
He got slim and he's ready.
Slim.
He's
You made a
now.
resolution.
Well, he's been running in front of a combine.
Yeah.
So
I'd run the weight off too if I did that.
Poor guy. Yeah, yeah. You
Well,
just walk out the back door and he's either sitting out there on the grass or you drive by sometimes. We have people that'll just kind of slow down and they start taking pictures of him because he's sitting on the front porch. I'm like, yeah, we're those people with
That's
the
awesome.
pig. He just does whatever he wants. So
Does he call? Does he come when you call him? Will he come?
yeah, he will.
does.
Yeah, he was the easiest. So when I first got him, he was in the house. Easiest animal I've ever potty trained.
I've
Ever.
always heard that about.
Very smart.
They say they're clean.
Yeah, he was clean until like he realized, I guess, that he's a pig instead of a dog. So then that's when he's now outside. I'm like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. You're a little too dirty.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to energy division and Julie. What? So tell us about kind of your work history and what brought you to Premier Ag.
So I've been here, I think this would be my 9th year. I
Ninth
think.
year.
Mm-hmm. And I actually worked for a company that they were, at the time I was a single mom. So I worked for this company and they sold out. And so I got a little nervous. So I actually thought, I'm going to apply for this. So
Was it an energy company? Another energy company?
It was not. It was actually
Okay.
a pharmaceutical
Oh,
company.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I applied for a job and Carson hired me in Columbus. I started working at Premier in Columbus. So then I just came here and here we are.
Neat.
So yeah.
Bailey, how did you end up
How?
recruited to Premier Ag?
Well, I originally was working for a locally owned, family-owned trucking company, Showbound Express. They're just in Freemanfield. I'd worked there for a while, 7-10 years to altogether probably. But I just kind of happened across the job posting of a dispatcher, and I was like, might as well just try. So I shot it out there, and then I had got a call from Jeff, I don't know, a few days later, I think, to asked me about the job and come in for an interview, and then now here we are.
Well, good. And now you're on the podcast.
How
And
long,
now I'm on the podcast.
how long have you been at Premier now?
A little over 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And what are you in charge of?
Oh.
We hear that you two do everything. So we ought to.
What's the job title, and then what do you
don't we
actually do?
Yeah, really.
Well, Propane Manager is my title, I guess. But I help with propane dispatch. I help with the admin side of propane. And then we kind of back each other up when needed. She talks me off the ledge sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We do just a little bit of everything: billing, customer calls, work with the drivers, make sure the routing is good.
So do you do the routing on propane and the dispatching for all of Indiana, or what, a portion of it, or?
So a portion, we're considered east side.
East
so
side.
It would be all of the propane from the river down south, just before Louisville. We do have a few that go into like Bedford, Kentucky, I think it is. But there's just some stragglers there. And then we go all the way up to right around Noblesville,
Wow.
Indiana. And then we go, our line before it goes to west side is kind of right before the Bloomington area. And then we go to like Batesville, Laurel area. And then our Harrison branch takes it from there.
Okay. All right.
So a pretty big spread.
Sure. It's a lot of counties.
Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah.
Julie, what do you?
So I'm the opposite of what Bailey does. I do the service side.
Oh,
So
on propane?
On propane.
All right.
So if your tank needs service, if your house needs service, anything like that, that comes to me.
So, I smell propane or something like
Yep,
that
that
outside.
all comes to me. Any leaks comes to me.
Wow.
Yep. So I'm on call 24 hours a day. So day or night, if someone has a leak, it's our number one goal to make sure that they're safe, and
Sure.
we report and make sure everything's okay.
Wow.
Yep.
In that same area, kind of?
Kind of. I would say, yeah, but I get more calls just because, so we do have our Harrison location and then we have our west side.
Yep.
But our call center seems to get things messed up quite a bit. So that I get all calls. So all I really have to do though is if someone's in that other area, I just have to transfer it on.
So new tank sets and all that stuff. So everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So a lot of our salesmen though, so if it is a new tank set, that also goes to Bill and Scott, and sometimes it goes to Brennan, sometimes it goes to Dan, in
Or
different
Ryan,
areas,
yeah.
or Ryan, yep. So it's just they're just in their areas. We kind of have a salesman in their own area, so we just usually can pass those over. So
Okay.
yeah.
Does anybody know exactly how many propane tanks we got in the countryside?
A lot.
Yeah. we
It's
do.
a lot.
Well, this.
Honestly,
Is it?
I don't know. I couldn't give you a guess. Like, there's a
couldn't either.
lot.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
And this is your busy time.
It is.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're on call 24 hours a day all the time. And
Yep.
so this is between the dispatching and the service part. I could certainly see, I can't imagine the amount of customers that is, because these are propane drivers. And this, I guess, credit to this team here, because I think our propane drivers have more volume than kind of traditional, what propane drivers used to have 20 or 30 years ago. It certainly seems like, but they're very efficient. And this Keep Full program, where they kind of do it on the same route. I know I got one tank on that, and then my parents, it just takes such a worry away from older folks
Yes.
Yes.
to be on that Keep Full
Yes.
program.
And we
And it
push
makes
that
our
a lot.
lives easier too.
Yes.
Just to be able to schedule around it, and not feeling we got to rush around to get to because we'll have customers call in and they kind of forgot about it. They're at 5% or so, and we
And it's
always
getting ready to snow.
Yeah, so we always strive to get them as soon as possible. But sometimes it's hard to wiggle around it because we have all of our keepfuls that we have dedicated. So it's juggling and making sure all the customers feel important without leaving our keepful guys behind too. So it's always an interesting time. Sometimes it works out well though. It'll just be
So we've got monitors on some tanks,
correct.
but you're for other keepful. Don't you guys have a program that kind of uses the the average temperatures and predicts the? How's that work?
So we use we have two type of monitors. We have West Rock, which that was kind of our one that we used prior. We still use that for our bulk tanks, and then just the areas that we haven't started with the new monitors. But then our other one is O2 Data Nebo. So it pulls a reading every 24 hours, unless there's like a large draw of over 5%, I think is what it is. So then it runs every 24 hours and gives us a live update. And then it will tell us on the information, like it predicts this many days to empty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So even though it's like at 30%, they could still be fine for another 2 months because it just goes so slow. But then you'll have others that are at 40% and they're going to run out in 3 days. So it's kind of nice seeing how quickly some use versus others.
So it takes into account the history of that tank.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they've got 2 water heaters and 3 furnaces pulled off of it, it's going to be obviously
Yeah, it
draining
goes
it more
quick.
than just a water heater.
Yes. Yes.
How do those things, they're wireless, or how do they have a cell signal, or how do they connect?
So we have to put the remote ready dials, gauges in, and then there's a little piece where you hook the cord from the monitor into that dial, and then it feeds off of that, and then it runs off the satellite,
Oh,
like
neat.
cell phone towers, I
Yeah.
guess. And then it feeds it back into our system. So as long as everything's hooked up correctly, it's pretty seamless.
And then the goal, I guess, is to put more of these monitors in. Is that kind of
Yes.
the objective someday?
Yes.
Yes.
Been trying to sweet talk another area, so we'll see if I get what I want.
Okay. he'll never listen to this. What's going on?
I already ordered the skid. No, I'm just kidding.
But the monitors are really cool because I also have the West Rock monitors on our big ammonia bottles that have branches on the west side. Well, at Worthington, we decided to take our ammonia tank and put a new tank in down the road at the branch. And the old tank became a propane tank.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't take the monitor off. So, and I get emails when there's so much, and all of a sudden we get emails, hey, Worthington's critically low. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's fall. We're not moving ammonia. Then it dawned on me they didn't move the monitor back over to the ammonia bottle.
Good thing you remembered. You've been like,
Yeah.
oh no.
They did. It caught me off guard. I was like, why are we moving ammonia to Worthington in the middle of fall? We're not. So yeah, so propane, they got that propane tank set up and they started pumping it out. I got an email. So
I did just hear about that the other day. I think Jeff asked me about it.
So what's some of the most rewarding parts of the job of what you do? I mean, it's got to be neat, whether it's dispatch and you're talking to folks that are, running low, and it's critical to what you do, and then with the installations and everything. So what's some of the most rewarding parts?
I guess for me, it's helping different customers. No case is the same.
Nothing.
No, you have to be compassionate in this job. You also have to have broad shoulders in this job. So, being able to help the older folks, or, somebody that's on a budget, or that single mom out there that needs help, so each situation is obviously different for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we'll allow, 100-gallon delivery. It goes against our policy, but you do that to help your customer.
Yeah.
To make sure that, you're willing to do what you can for
And the
them.
installations are complicated.
They are.
I
They
didn't
are,
realize.
absolutely.
I built this barn dominium a couple years ago, and it's got a propane on-demand heater, and I mean there were several things that had to come together. Premier Energy had to be out there, and at the same time was the HVAC folks, and so it was not an easy. You made it easy, but it was a complicated process.
Yes. Some of them are, yes.
Yeah, you do pretty good at making the schedule flow, though. She's on it.
Yeah.
She does a good job at it, that's for sure.
Thank you, Bay.
Welcome.
And it goes the same for her too. I mean, we have a great team.
We do.
I mean, I can speak for all of us up there. We have a great team in energy. You know, our guys out in the field that, you know, take those. Sometimes when they get there, those customers are upset, you know. So they do a great job to get those customers calmed down. And, you know, this is what we need to do to make sure it's safe. You know, this is what we need to do. And then on the flip side of that, our drivers are phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our techs are good. Our drivers are good. So we in energy, we do have a great, great team. So
I tell you, it is neat to. I mean, whenever you see our trucks out, our energy trucks out, and there's snow on, or it's like no matter what, they're getting it done. So it's pretty neat to see. And then you guys are behind everything.
mm-hmm.
So, and Bill's right. He's like, those guys, they do everything. So,
Ask Bill
any
about
funny
the
stories?
coffee.
Any funny stories or memorable moments,
Especially about Bill.
especially about Bill?
I got a real funny one, but
Yeah, don't get us banned from YouTube
That's true.
well, I guess you could always edit it out. right?
Again,
after we show it to Bill.
Yeah. Well, this is a dark humor one, which I think is funny, and it would only insult me as if it was going to insult anyone. He had messaged me last year, asking about an address or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Well, a little bit later, I responded and said, "Hey, sorry, I was at my uncle's funeral. Did you get that taken care of?" And he responded, "How's your uncle doing?"
oh my gosh.
He did.
No, I couldn't
could
stop laughing because I knew he only read part of it, and he knew that there was stuff going on, you know. And of course, I am not a normal person, so I responded with, "He's dead, man."
Oh,
And then on the iPhone, the little bubbles pop up, you know, and it like popped up, and then it went back, and I'm like dying
He does not-
inside because
he's
I
trying to
know
respond.
he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, what did I just do?"
Oh,
But
no.
I am.
I
eating
didn't
it
know
up,
Bill's
really.
ever been at a loss for words.
Yeah, lots of bubbles coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget his response, but he felt really bad, and I just put, "It's really okay, Bill." I thought it was actually pretty funny. It brought some joy to the day. But yeah, that's or you know, what day was it? Monday. The coffee.
Oh, the mess that he left it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
looked like
Yeah.
he was in the coffee grounds and just like had a party over there and threw it up. But I didn't know it was him at the time. So when I walked over there, I was a little, you know, annoyed. Like, how did no one know they did this? Like, you clearly know you just did. There was coffee everywhere. So I'm over there sweeping it up. And then he volunteers that he did it. And he goes, "I tried to clean it up." I was like, "There's no way."
There's no way. He made no effort.
There was zero effort. He's
He
like, "What
actually
was I
said-
supposed to do? There was no broom." And I'm like, "Wet paper towel, hands and knees." I was like, "But don't worry, I took care of it."
Yeah.
So you take care of your kids at home and you take care of Bill at work.
Bill,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm his assistant,
Mm-hmm.
he says.
Oh God.
Super sales, you know.
Yeah, he tells all of us that though.
Yes, we're
He
all
does.
his
Yeah.
assistant. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
He's our assistant today.
Yes.
I gave him my cell phone.
Yes.
So beyond dealing with Bill, what is a skill for somebody in your role at Premier Energy that would be very important to have?
Patience.
We just have to
Yeah.
talk about Bill, but
Yeah.
patience, yeah.
Patience. Broad shoulders.
Broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Compassion.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Multitask.
yes.
Because our day never goes as we plan for it to go.
Never. You
Never.
can't,
Yeah.
like I do like structure, the OCD in me, you too.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes when it doesn't flow, but we seem to make it work pretty good.
But it's got to be. I mean, a truck will break. I mean, so things just have to happen. I mean,
Right.
Or you get that out of gas that you got to pull the driver away from, or right before he's ready to go home to his family, you got to be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
They usually respond pretty well with it, but you know, it does kind of stink. You're ready to go home. It's been cold. Then I'm like, "Hey, I got one more for you."
Yeah.
and they're never close, probably. I
No,
mean,
not usually.
yeah.
So I've been that customer that's run out of gas, and this was and I was a customer of White River Co-op before we merged, and on Keep Full never ran out. Within 6 months of going to work for White River, I run out, and it's literally it's a Sunday morning. Everybody's getting up to ready to
And you're an
church, and we're
employee.
Like, the house is cold. There's no hot water, and I'm like, what? So I went out there, tank's empty. So called the guy. Of course, I knew the driver. Called him. He's like, "Hey, I'll be right there." And they got. So I always gave him a hard time. It's like, "Oh, great. I guess as a customer, I was fine, but now I'm an employee. Just let me hang."
You don't matter anymore.
All the customers come first, and
Yeah,
then we
take
take
care
care
of
of
the
all of us
customers
employees.
So yeah, I brought that up for years with that. He's no longer he retired, but I used to give him a hard time about that.
That is funny.
It was funny.
We certainly appreciate, as customers and employees, we appreciate all that the Energy Division does and all that you all do. And thanks for sharing some of your responsibilities and some stories with us today. But we'll have to have you all back because I think there's some more stories about Jimmy Dean and
Bill.
Bill that we probably need to cover. But
We got all kinds.
Yes,
Can we
do.
get Bill and Jimmy Dean on the same podcast?
We should.
If someone can bring a trailer, and you might want to, I don't know, Jimmy D might be a little reckless, but we could probably get Bill in here.
we thought he was
Could
lost.
be a
but-
little cute, comical, I think, if we brought Bill in here with.
All right. Well, Jeff, do you have anything else for our guests?
No, I think the next time we have them back, we'll have them tell us their funniest customer story.
That would be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you
remember
got a
that
quick?
one?
Have you got a quick one?
Do it.
Remember that one? That sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to hear this.
No names.
Yeah, I don't even remember the name. I just remember waking up and every morning around like 7, it sends the calls that came in for the night. And I'm going
I do know now.
I'm going through it, and I see one of them that says, I'm trying to remember, but it's really the worst type of situation is what the customer had said. But apparently they were doing donuts in the yard.
So apparently they had had a night out on the town. And so I had got this call in the middle of the night. So it was wee hours in the morning, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's the ones that you feel bad about waking this tech up to go out to this situation, So he gets out there and yes, him and his friend had had a night out on the town. And so they thought it was a good idea. When they got back, it had snowed, like, I don't know, an inch or two maybe. And they were doing donuts, and their car ended up on top of our propane tank.
Oh my gosh.
Literally. Yes.
Yes.
They wrecked
So-
their car in their yard on top of our tank.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
That took a lot of teamwork.
It sure did.
I think they needed like what, two boom trucks?
Yeah,
maybe?
it was pretty bad.
Did the fire department come up?
The fire department was called, yes, in this situation. They were out there. And then
There's got to be pictures. somewhere.
You
I
know?
think I might have a picture of it.
No, we're not going to show our guests, but
Yeah, we
I want
probably
to see it
should.
later.
Yes. I'm
We
pretty
should
sure.
link that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is a story. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a interesting
It
one for
was.
sure. A
Mhm.
memorable one.
Well, that's going to be hard to top. Good job, Jeff. Way to get that out here.
Yeah, that's
We'll try to come up with a better one for that.
there,
Well, Bailey, Julie, thanks for joining us on the podcast. And thanks for all you do at Premier Energy. We appreciate everything you do.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Well, that's another episode of The High Ground powered by Premier Companies. Thank you all very much.